What the haters talking about?
Yeah, what's up, family? Most of the stories I cover are US based, but every now and then I have to go across that water and come back with a story that is so compelling I have to share it with you. Such is the case of an alleged drug dealer who murdered a man because he owed him money. I mean, he did him dirty, fam. I mean, dirty, dirty. This happened in Australia. The prosecution told the court the man accused of murder had a room lined with plastic and used lyrics from a song he heard on the streaming platform Spotify to help him dispose of the body. Jack Harrison Vincent Sattler, 28, has pleaded not guilty to murdering 24-year-old Jake Anderson Bretner. Mr. Sattler's trial has begun in the Supreme Court in Launceston. The prosecution told the court the pair, who were acquaintances, had a falling out and agreed to meet at Mr. Sattler's home in the Launceston suburb of Riverside on the night of August 15, 2018. In his opening statement, Director of Public Prosecutions Darrell Coates said that in the days leading up to Mr. Anderson Bretner's death, the accused directed his girlfriend, Gemma Clark, to buy several items including bleach, firelighters, tape, disposable gloves and overalls, a saw, and goggles. The prosecution told the court Mr. Sattler also instructed Ms. Clark to purchase vinegar, pepper, and chili powder from the supermarket. The prosecution told the court Mr. Sattler had a room set up with plastic lining the walls in preparation for the murder. Mr. Coates said Mr. Sattler took Mr. Anderson Bretner into the room and shot him 3 times before cutting off his head, legs, and arms. It is alleged that Mr. Sattler wrapped the torso in sheets and a mattress protector, while the other dismembered body parts were placed in garbage bags that Ms. Clark held open. He then allegedly instructed Ms. Clark to mix the vinegar, pepper, and chili powder together, which was then poured into the garbage bags to mask the smell. Mr. Coates told the court that police located the deceased torso off the Tasman Highway near Scottsdale in the state's northeast just days later. The prosecution said on the day of his death, Mr. Anderson Bretner was described by his friends as being in good spirits and talking about how he had just been approved for a new home loan. The court heard that before entering Mr. Sattler's house, Mr. Anderson Bretner took a phone call from his real estate agent, who was the last person outside the residence to speak with the deceased. No other parts of Mr. Anderson Bretner's body were ever found. They say that they believe that he used an axe to chop up his body parts and a knife for other parts to murder him. The prosecution said that they expect to call almost 30 witnesses for the prosecution and the defense. Y'all want to hear the lyrics? Check it out. And cut the effing corpse up like a butcher, the meat kid, and put the pieces inside trash bags, and throw the bags away in various trash bins in different areas. And if you do it before trash pickup, the body's hauled away before it decays and stinks up. Pretty graphic. It was a whole lot more than that. I didn't want to read it because, you know, how YouTube be tripping. But I don't think it's going to work. I don't think the whole rap song Made Me Do It is going to work. It didn't work against the Ghetto Boys back in the early 90s, and it's not going to work today in 2021. Because ultimately, we all are responsible for our own actions. The song is just a song, right? Now, of course, songs do have meaning, and They do have influence. And I do believe that as an artist, it is incumbent upon all of us to be responsible for what we say. I'm not going to front. I think that artists should be responsible for what they say. At the same time, it's a greater responsibility for people to be responsible for what they do. You see? Because what you do can get you a life sentence a whole lot quicker than what you say. He's not going to beat the charge. I don't know what kind of time he's up for, but whatever it is, they're going to give it to him. He's definitely going to get it. He did that dude bad. I mean, then got the girl in on it. You know she going to throw him under the bus. That's how they know that she held the bag open. She singing like a canary. Y'all think she gonna tell? Yeah. You know what it is, fam. It's a cold game. Did dude bad. Coincidentally, I've just, over the last maybe week or so, I've just come across a lot of very, compelling drug dealing stories. Like people doing some wild things, that are caught up in that drug life. I want to send a shout out to the guy who sent me this story. See, his name is Ayad Rahman from Australia. He's the one who sent that story to me. And I got to tell you, as soon as I got into it, the first few sentences, I was like, whoa, man, this is heavy. Anyway, fam, y'all be careful out there because you don't have to owe a drug dealer money to get done dirty. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?